Hey everybody, it's Ginger here with PetServices.Pro, a show for you and your pets. So if you're wanting to know how to take care of one of the most adorable little birds you could ever own, then you are in the right place. I'm about to reveal some easy ways to set up their cage, what they eat, toys, and so much more, so you can enjoy these charming little birds all the time. I understand that owning birds can be quite confusing and intensive, but don't worry because today I'm going to share with you all about Zebra Finch Care. So let's get into it. Zebra finches are one of the best birds to start out with if you're new to owning birds, and also if you aren't new to owning birds. They are so cute and adorable, colorful and charming. They are small and they're fairly quiet with their little trills and peeps they make. They're a great candidate for apartments because they are quiet. Larger birds like the parrots can be noisy, but zebra finches aren't. They are a flock bird originating from Australia and have been domesticated. There are many types of finches, but this one is distinct. They are very common, easy to find in larger pet stores that carry birds. The regular zebra finch comes in a distinct orange, browns, and white spots, with the roosters being the brighter of the sexes with their orange cheeks, spotted sides, black and white striped tails, and beautiful bright orange bills. The fairer of the species, the females, are a more subtle light brown, and the bill is not as bright as the males, but both are beautiful nonetheless. They are a smaller bird, about 3 to 4.5 inches long. They like to be in flocks, so get more than one. 4 is a good number, with 3 females and 1 male. Males can be territorial, so if you have all males, they won't get along well. You can have several males and females together if you have a large cage. They can spread out and not be in each other's space. They prefer the company of their mates rather than a human, so don't expect this little bird to be someone who will pal around with you on your shoulder. I recommend a parakeet for that. They are more entertainment and company than someone to socialize with. Another reason they are a great starter bird is they are hardy and easy to care for. They don't have specialized diets and rarely get sick. They don't require a large amount of cage decorations, and they are just plain fun to watch. So let's talk about cages and stuff. You can't just go out and buy a pair of finches without doing your research. They can't just live in any cage. They do like to fly, and wing clipping isn't a good option for them, and neither is letting them out of the cage for daily exercise, though you can if they are tame enough. While they may tame down, they are really not going to come when called, so their cage needs to be large enough for them to fly around a bit. The more birds you get, the bigger the cage should be. You can get what are called flight cages, and they are for small birds like finches, and they are a short height but long across and can allow the birds to fly across them. For 3 birds, a good size would be about 3 feet long. Add more space for more birds. This gives them room to spread their wings and fly about some. They also are big with perches. They like to perch high, perch low, and jump from perch to perch. Add some cool toys to perch and jump around on. They may not play with them much, but they will probably hang out on them. When you do get toys, there'll be more for you to decorate the cage with because these little birds are more interested in chirping to each other and jumping, flying and eating rather than playing with cage toys. I've not found them to play with cage toys much. Give them perches of different sizes, widths, and make some verticals too. Try to get that tree effect. What about what to put on the bottom of the cage? Newspaper is a winner if you can get some, but I like the nutshell substrate, which is ground up nutshells to get at my local pet store. It's safe for them, and when it's time to clean the cage, you can sift out the poop and spent seeds with a cage litter scoop found in the pet section of the pet store, or just toss it in the trash and replace it with fresh. Try to keep the cage clean once a week to keep mold and dust under control. The little bird's lungs are pretty tough, but it's still important to keep them as healthy as possible without introducing pathogens from molding food, fecal matter, and so on. Another thing to hang in the cage is the food and water bowls and the bird baths. You can find food and water dishes and bird baths for small birds in the bird section of the pet store. Find some you like and have a couple food dishes and a couple of water bowls depending on how many birds you have. Birds are messy, so be prepared for seed to fly onto the floor. And they eat all the time. There are various types of feeders that prevent seed flyout, and you can find those in pet stores and at Amazon. Zebra finches need to bathe to stay healthy, so they may also bathe in their water dish. You can get ones that are small so that they can't actually get into them to bathe. For a bird bath, you can use a shallow plastic storage container and change out the water each day so they always have clean bath water. So what do you feed your cute little birds? Pet stores carry Finch Diet seed mixes. They need to eat small seeds, so find a seed blend with small seeds such as millet, thistle, and so on, and some of them come in pellets that have added vitamins and minerals. Finches also need fresh vegetables and fruit such as apples, bananas, melons, pears, strawberries, and broccoli, lettuce, spinach, and other leafy greens, kale, carrots, pumpkins, celery, pepper, and so on. By observing your birds, you'll soon learn what they like and don't like. So cut up some extra veggies and fruits for your birds when you prepare your meals. Do not feed birds avocado, ever. It can lead to heart damage and respiratory problems. Avoid it. Save the guacamole for yourself. Birds need extra calcium, especially if they are laying eggs and raising babies. A cuddle bone will supply the needed calcium, so have one on the cage at all times. Keep an eye on it because they can use it up fast. Have an extra one around so you can change it without having to go to the store. For extra calcium and protein, give them mashed up hard-boiled eggs and the shell. Yes, the shell. They will eat it and get extra nutrients that way. Remember, with all fresh foods, take out what they have not eaten daily and keep the area clean. Mold is bad. Always have clean filtered water in the cage at all times. A water dispenser type dish for drinking and a flat bowl or container as stated above for bathing. You may want to consider adding a liquid vitamin mix to the water each day, especially if they are breeding and raising chicks. This will have to be changed daily since some vitamins like vitamin C will become ineffective after 24 hours. Wash out the water container so algae and slime won't build up. Now, as stated earlier, finches are pretty tough little birds and Zebra Finch Care is pretty easy, but you still have to maintain a clean cage. It's a good idea to wipe the cage bars down weekly with a cage cleaner that is safe for birds, and sift or change the cage litter or change out the newspapers as often as daily if you need to. Fecal matter can build up and should be removed as often as possible. Wash the food and water containers daily and give them fresh seed and other foods daily, and of course fresh water, both to drink and bathe in. On occasion, take out the perches and decorations and scrub them down with a mild soap and water and rinse well and let them dry, and then you can put them back in. And while you're at it, change the cage around a bit so the birds have a new environment to explore. Remember, clean is healthy. Zebra finches do not have many health concerns, but they are susceptible to facial mites, and you can tell that they may be present if there's some feather loss around the eyes and cheek area, and the skin starts to look red, swollen, and scaly. Take them to the avian vet to have this diagnosed and treated. Mites easily spread from bird to bird, so you'll want to get a handle on it if they are present. Keeping the cage clean will help prevent them, and if you get another bird, isolate it for a while to make sure no health issues occur before introducing them to your flock. They can come down with respiratory illnesses too, so watch for sneezing, coughing, watery nostrils and eyes, and seek the help of an avian vet if you see these signs happening. Zebra finches breed easily, and this is a very rewarding experience to watch them raise their cute little babies. If you supply them with a nesting box, which is available at the pet store, and give them cotton shred, shredded paper, and nesting linen available at the store, even cut up yarn, they'll build a nest and breed. Males will court the females and they'll pair up. They will start laying 3 to 5 little white eggs before she'll start to sit. In 12 to 15 days, the naked little birds will hatch and mama will leave the nest to gather food to bring back to them. She regurgitates the food to them. If the eggs have not hatched within 20 days or so, it's probably not fertile, so you can remove it. You can watch them grow, and after 12 to 15 days, they'll start to leave the nest and learn to fly. They will continue to grow and get their adult feathers, and you'll be able to tell which is male and who is female. Options are to keep the babies if the cage is big enough to support more birds, or you can give them away, or if they are healthy, you can sell them. So there you have it. See how charming these adorable little birds are? So if you're interested in discovering more about what birds are good for your beginners, be sure to check out the top 10 best pet birds for beginners at the first link in the description. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos helping you with your birds and more, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.